this to do. What do I call it? Uh, yeah, the Code Wars. I wanna do this one. I don't understand anything. Like, create a class Ghost. It's already here, right? Ghost objects are instantaneous without any arguments. So yeah, here ghost objects are given a random color attribute of white or yellow or purple or red when in instantaneous. That's not initiate in. I don't know. Google Translate.
Instantiated.
Instantiated. Instantiated. Okay.
Instantiated.
Instantiated. Instantiated. Anyways, instantiated. Okay. Instantiated. Okay. So those are given random color attributes of white. So yeah. Well, basically, I will be doing Cold Wars until I reach. Oh, well, okay, maybe not one, but like at least Caillou 4. I'm doing alright. So let's try it out. See, obviously, right now I'm just going to learn because I don't understand anything. I'm like a beginner at Python, alright? I don't get it. So ghost objects are given a random color attribute of white, yellow, or purple, or red when instantiated. Oh yeah. But the thing is, I don't know anything about this.
Quick introduction on how to use classes and objects in Python. I'm going to assume that you're already familiar with these concepts. So if you're new to the concepts of classes and objects, I'd recommend my introduction to classes and objects video first. Okay, so here's the class we want to create. It's going to be called robot, and it'll have 3 attributes or 3 instance variables:
Okay.
name, color.
Show me the video.
3 classes. Hey guys, Python and objects video.
Link in the description.
Hey guys, this is part 1 of a bunch of robots. So what you have in mind is, when people feel lonely or something, they can come visit your website and say hi to one of the robots there. So when a user comes to your website, they might see a list of robots like this. And here you see 2 of those robots, and they're called Tom and Jerry. Aside from their names, they have some obvious differences. First of all, Tom's color is red, while Jerry's color is blue, as you can see. And Tom is slightly lighter in weight than Jerry, with 30 pounds of weight, while Jerry is 40 pounds. And they both have the same functionality. When you click this button, introduce, Tom will say, "My name is Tom," and Jerry will say, "My name is Jerry." And that's all you have for now, and it's pretty basic, but that's all you want at the beginning when you create this website. Now, to create a system like this, you basically need a way to represent these different entities or these different robots in whatever programming language you're using, whether it's Python, Java, or JavaScript. And that's where classes and objects come in. Now, to represent each of these robots, Tom and Jerry that we saw earlier, in whatever programming language you're using, you need to store 2 sets of information. The first set of information that you need to store is the properties that each robot has. So for example, the first robot we saw had these properties. Its name was Tom, the color was red, and the weight was 30 pounds.
Yeah.
And the second set of information you'll need to store for each of these robots is the set of functionalities it has. As we saw earlier, it had only a single functionality in this particular case, and that was to introduce itself. And that might be represented as a function in whatever programming language you're using. And let's just call it introduce self here for now. At this point, you might say, is there any convenient way to organize these properties and functions together?
Yeah.
There is, and that's called an object. An object is basically a collection of properties which can be expressed as variables, and some functions. And with that collection of information, an object can represent something, whatever that thing is. So in this particular case, this particular object is representing this particular robot, Tom, but you can make an object so that it represents a particular person or a particular dog or anything else for that matter.
Ja, dat is
If you
naar.
decide to represent a particular person with an object, let's say Lady Gaga, just as an example, you might have a different set of variables and a different set of functions to represent that person. So for example, you might still have name, but you might also have height and weight, eye color, and ethnicity, and so on. And your object will probably have a different set of functions too to show what kind of actions that person can take. It could be, for example, things like walk, sleep, talk, or anything a person might do. Okay, let's backtrack here a little bit. Once you create an object to express this particular robot, Tom, you'll be able to put this object in a variable just like that. Let's say R1, just as an example. And you'll be able to use this variable that contains this whole set of information, the properties or the variables and the functions, just like any other variables. For example, to pass it into a function as one of the arguments. Okay, let's now take a look at how the second robot we saw, Jerry, can be represented with an object. It's gonna look pretty similar to the first one. It's gonna have the same set of properties, but different values. This time, Jerry, blue, and 40. And the same function as well, introduce self. And of course, once you create this object, you'll be able to put it in a variable as well. Let's call that one R2. And because you have two distinct variables containing two different objects, you'll be able to distinguish them very easily in your code. And just quickly about terminology, these variables within an object are called either instance variables or attributes, and these functions within an object are called methods. Okay, so
Let me get this. So objects is this, but this is this. Okay, I think I get it. But inside an object, this is a method.
when you see
What
these
did you?
functions within an object
Yeah,
are called
functions
methods.
inside an
Okay,
object
so
is
when you see
methods.
these
Okay.
two objects, you might say, well, they're pretty similar. They have the exact same set of variables or attributes, and they have the exact same set of functions, only one function in this case. So you might say, is there any convenient way to organize that somehow? There is, and that's what a class is, essentially. Now, what's a class? A class is basically like a blueprint from which you can make objects. So just imagine for a second someone telling you, please make a robot. If someone tells you something like that, you'll say, what kind of robot do you want? What should it look like? And what kind of properties should it have? And what kind of functionalities should it have? So basically, if you want to make a robot in sort of the real world, you'd need a blueprint to make that from to know what the robot should look like.
So you have a class, and that's basically a blueprint for the robot. Bro, this guy is a genius at explaining.
And that's sort of how it works with programming, with objects and classes too. So when you make an object, you'll want to know what kind of properties, what kind of attributes it'll have, and what kind of functions it'll have. And you can use a class to specify exactly that. Okay, let's now see what this particular class might look like for these two objects, these two robots. It'll probably look like this. As you can see, it has the same set of properties as the objects themselves, name, color, and weight, but the values for these three properties are not defined yet. And that's because a class doesn't refer to any particular object. It doesn't refer to this robot or this robot in particular. It just refers to this category of robots or this type of robot in general. And then when you create a specific object using this class, then you can specify what the name should be, what the color should be, and what the weight should be. And also notice here that we already have the introduce self function in this class. You can actually implement it already when you define this class by writing something like this. So this is just an example from Java. In Java, for printing something on your computer, we have system.out.println. It's similar to the print function or the printf function in other languages. And then inside the input of this function, we have my name is as a string plus name. And this name will refer to whatever the value of the name is for that particular object. So for example, if you run this function in this object, it's going to print out my name is Tom because that's the name of this particular object. And then if you run this function here in this object instead, it's going to print out my name is Jerry instead. And one more thing to note here is that when you define a class like this one, you need to give it a name. It could be anything, but let's call it robot here. And as you can see, the first letter R is capitalized, and that's a pretty common convention when you name a class. Okay, let's now take a look at how this whole thing might look like in code. We're going to take a look at some code in Java here, but other languages are typically pretty similar. And let's first assume that we already have our class
Bro, I don't
defined.
want to do
Like we said,
Java.
it's going to be called robot, but we're going to take a look at what's going to go inside later. And once you define this class robot, you'll be able to use this class, of course, to create an object out of it. And you can do that like this. We have robot r1 equals new robot, and this new robot, parentheses, says create a new object with this
What the
class
hell is
robot,
this?
and then we're assigning that object to r1. And then we have the word robot here again because by saying r1.color itself on this.
So you do a variable first, but wait, I don't get it. Is this a variable or a class? What the hell is this about? I actually think I have done it somewhat. I haven't really done it, but I've done it somewhat. Nope, maybe not. Or maybe yes. GitHub. No, wait, object. Yeah, I have done objects and stuff like that. There we go. Odlingar, maybe. So, a class car, define it or make a function of it. Self brand. So this is a variable and this is a class and this is the name of or the brand. Yeah, okay, I kinda don't get it.
this object R1. So when you run this line, it's going to print out my name is Tom because this robot's name is Tom. And then you can do the same thing for R2 by writing R2.introduce
Okay, so okay. Uh, but what is this
self
then?
work just fine without adding these words too. Okay, the next thing
How can't
.30
you do it in
robot.
Python?
Notice exact name is going to the given n, which is to talk about arcs and
I
weight.
don't understand this language, but okay. So, yeah. Brother, okay. Class is already created, but we have to create an object inside the class or a function. So we do. I think I'm doing it right. I'm not too sure. And then what should we do? Like, ghost subject are given a random color attribute of white. Do we have to import a random? Import random. I'm not sure. Anyways, so this is the function. So what? So the color equals self color. Is that how my teacher told me? I just don't remember. Oh no, it's self first. Okay, so it's like I don't need the code. So it's the opposite. So it's like this. So it defines this one or something. I don't really get it. Or the color. I don't understand it, bro. Okay, and then which did I do? I think this one I did a little bit more better. The donner method. Maybe this one. Oh. Self name. Name. Or maybe I should give them functions or maybe properties. Red, white, yellow, purple, or it's okay, okay. Maybe just color red. Then I should a list. Is that it? Colors. White, white, yellow, purple. Oh wait, purple, red, red. Mhm. Okay. Oh wait, it's inside the class. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be inside the class. Maybe. I'm not quite sure. Actually, I don't think it's supposed to be inside the class. So here. Then for I in range. So okay. For randomness in range goes the wait no. Like I know guys I'm tripping balls like but like it's not easy alright. I don't understand. What is these? Wait, what? Did they get imported into the list? Yeah, it was not like afterwards. Nobody cares about that after. Okay, random round it. That's what we have to use. Does it tell me what round it is? Random round it. We just copy this. Wait for uh goes. No, not this thing. Is it in insert? Yeah. Run. Okay, wait a second. Ghost dot color. Mhm. Ghost dot color. Should it not be imported in here or something? Student. Class student. Init self name points. Self name points. Okay, so student. So this is a new variable. Student. it's a string, I guess. I don't know what it is. Oh, this is the class. Okay, so student equals class student name. Okay, so ghost colored go colored equals ghost hmm, color uh, okay. I still haven't defined that. Okay, student list. Okay, my thought process is weird, guys. And this guy teaches in JavaScript. I don't just get it. But class ghost. Okay. Function ghosty. Self, I don't know, it has to be done. And color, because we're trying to get the color of the ghost. Then self color ghost. Why do we do this part? Oh, let's ask ChatGPT. What what is self color equals color? Why is it used like that? Color is the parameter passed to the method. Self color is an attribute variable that belongs to the object. So color is a method or parameter passed to the method. So so it's not a method, but it's passed to the method. Okay. This line stores the parameter value into the okay. This does not this does nothing useful. Color parameter just gets assigned to itself. Explain without wrong. The value is lost when method ends. Example with self-correct. Self-correct now stores the color in the object. So the object is ghosty. Is that right? So ghost1 is a variable. Ghosty. So does he have a big yeah, so uh, that should be ghost. So ghost color and ghost equals ghost. Okay. So random choice. Yeah. Okay. And where's the random scheißen? Random. Wait. What the hell is radiant? Radiant color. He named it choice. Is this a variable? What is this? What does this mean? Random radiant a is a function that generates a random integer between a and b, inclusive. Python random radiant starts at a random integer n, where starts n equals this end included is the possible result. Could be 1, 2, 3, or 10. Yeah, this is what I want. So technically, we don't need that, right? Right there. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see. No, okay. Wait, what would we have it here? Something in right. Oh, right. Maybe like this. Okay. Self color, random choice. Self color. Oh. Self color, random colors. So they did it like this. Or the ChatGPT. It takes the function from here to here. And now you can just create ghost. And they auto. So you mean, bro? Doesn't this have to be done inside here too? Yeah, it does. So what? I just create ghost. Now you just create ghost and they automatically color. Mm. Okay, then why would we need class? We have to use the class somehow, right? Mm. Why does this not work? There are several errors in your code. Let me break down. Indentation error. I don't. Did I not indent it? Oh. Okay. Init. Why? Automatically gets your random color. Do I have to? In, init. Roast equals roast. Oh wait, maybe just remove green. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Random choice colors. I kinda did it, right? Oh wait, random choice. Maybe now it works? It does work! Well, okay guys, so this was a pain in the ass. This is my first actually semi solved it. I won't say it's the best solution. Let's check some other solution. Wait, I first need to attempt it because I want to save it. Oh. Is it good? What is this? Random to what is this? But bro, I want to see the answer. Submitting your final rank. Oh, no, I can see. Okay. So this guy did import random, yeah. Class ghost. Yes, you didn't even need to no, you wait, I'm tripping. Yeah, you did need to find a function. Def init, self-colored, more or less what we had. Self-color. Oh, what self-color equals? So you can just. So this is just the answer. This is just. Is it? What is a tuplet? I don't know what a tuplet is. Choice. Import random. Class. Yeah, this is how. No, I still didn't do it. No, I did do that, right? What am I tripping, right? What does ChatGPT say? Yeah, ChatGPT said I did do it. What is this? In range 100? What? Bro, I don't know what the hell he's doing. But basically everyone had more or less the same code. Why did he define it? You don't need to use self, right? I don't know. What the hell is this? Def self star color? Does it it that must be connected to this obviously. But what does the star do? Class ghost. What is that? Bro, let me just copy this code. I don't even know how to explain that to him. What is property? I mean, I know what a property is, but like, what the hell? It's a decorate. What? It lets you access a method as if it were an attribute without parentheses. It turns a method into a readable only attribute. So usage ghost need parentheses. It's a method. So you what? You just remove this? Is that what you're telling me? It's not that deep though, I guess. But that's an interesting thing actually. I did not know you could do that. But why does it not remove it here? No wait, it needs apparently a method. It works in your code. That's not my code, but sure. I don't understand what ChatGPT is saying. Okay, well guys, so that was my code, more or less. Let's try it again, just so I see what I remember. We actually don't, yeah, we do need to define, we need to do init, self. We did not need to do another one. This is basically it. And then inside it we had ghost random objects. Okay, so color list white white, yellow, purple, red. Afterwards, we had self col color. We did have that, did we? I don't actually remember. I don't think we did have self color. Yeah, we did not have self color. No, we did have self color, but you don't need self color then. You could just do colors. Color, so color, random choice, colors. And basically do ghost equals, no, ghost equals ghost, ghost. Oh no, we do need it. We do need it. Because it says it in this thing. So to do it right, oh, we need to do this. Try it, test it. It failed. Okay, yeah, it did fail. Oh shit. Okay, what did I do wrong? Colors, we have that. Okay. Random choice for colors, we have that in color. And ghost, we did this. Am I missing something? What was the problem? Ghost missing one required postal color. It does? What do you mean? Oh, color, color. Wait. Brava, I don't really get it. So missing one required positional argument color. Where is it missing though? Where? Here? I don't think it's supposed to have colors. I don't think you can have that. Mm. Oh, wait. Import. I'm gonna be classy, like that dude did. Random. From choice. See, I'm gonna be a little more classy. I think that's how you do it though. Ooh, okay, that's not how you do it. How did he do it? How did he do it? Did I even copy his ass? No. Yeah. How to co how to import a specific function from a library in Python. Okay. So what is it telling me? You import specific function in Python from. Okay. So that's oh okay. Import from now. Okay. Yeah, I'm just not gonna import random. Let's just stop breaking my balls. Okay, yeah, it worked. Okay, good. But this format import, I don't know. Alright, we did it. We're happy. Okay, so this is my first actual thing. We're happy. We want to shoot ourselves, but don't. Let's not do it. So yeah. Alright then. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow.